Hello and welcome to Abbey Road. I'm Giles Martin and I want to talk to you today about how we used AI to make the Beatles Now and Then record. Take this piece of chocolate cake. Imagine trying to get the ingredients back. The butter, the eggs, the flour, the milk, the chocolate. Impossible, right? Well, we thought this was the same with recorded music. But then when we worked on the Beatles' Get Back movie, we used source separation technology and machine learning to separate each element of music, a bit like getting back the ingredients of a cake. The Beatles recorded most of their work on a 1-inch 4-track tape machine, a J37, which means they had 4 separate elements to mix at a later date. This often meant on track 1, they'd perform live as a band, recording everything onto one track. The first time we used source separation on a Beatles track was for Taxman, the first song off Revolver. If I play the original stereo remaster,
Let me tell you how it will be.
you can hear guitar, bass and drums all on the left-hand side and George's vocal in the middle. That's because the band recorded live into one track, which is on the left-hand side. If I just isolate track 1 for you, you'll hear it. So you can hear Ringo, George and Paul playing live in Studio 2. But because they're on one track, they're glued together. I can't separate those in the sound field. But using source separation and machine learning technology now, we can do that. I can take down George's guitar, for instance. So now we just have Paul and Ringo. I can bring down Paul. So now just Ringo's on his own. Now, this means I can then pan Ringo back into the middle. So wearing headphones, you'll hear now Ringo's on both sides. And bring George up on the right-hand side. And I'll bring Paul left-hand side. Not only does this give me increased creative choices when it comes to mixing, but it also better represents how the band played it live in the studios. With this technology, I haven't added anything. What you're listening to is exactly what was there on the left-hand speaker. It's just now across the sound spectrum. With source separation, nothing is added to the recording. We have the same ingredients, just separated. When Paul decided to work again with John on his beautiful demo Now and Then, the same techniques were applied. Sean had a cassette recording of John playing the piano at the Dakota Building and singing the song, which sounds like this.
I know it's true.
Now, while obviously beautiful, the fidelity isn't very good and everything is glued together. All the ingredients are as one. To work on the song, the voice had to be separated, and that's what this technology did.
And if I make it through.
And the fact that we had this voice in such good quality, we could then build the song around him again.
And now and then.
Now, the fact they'd worked on the song before means that we had George's guitar, but the reason why they didn't release the song before is that John's voice just wasn't clean. The important thing here is to realize that we're not generating anything. AI is not creating John's voice. John's voice existed on that cassette, and we made the song around him. It's a bit like using a scanner to find artifacts buried beneath the soil. All we're doing is we're restoring some great works of art using machine learning. It's a piece of cake, really.